Aloha and good morning. Today's mini lecture is going to be on George Carlin, who's a comedian who really can show us a few things. There is a little profanity there, but it's all under the comic idea of learning something through comedy, through laughing, through satire. So in the description, I'm going to show you a video I want you to watch. And this is on women. It's George Carlin on women. Not to go on one side or the other. It's just to be able to give you a different idea from a different layer of awareness. So this is really important because it hits home with me, because I find out, being a specialist in detoxification rejuvenation techniques over 35 years, that women do have a much harder time at detoxing. Why? Is because they've got so many things that they've got to deal with that have toxicity. And I don't care if it's just men, testosterone. I don't care if it's the stress of all the chemicals and the makeups. Okay, all the stress on your lymph system from wearing tight bras, high heels, all the stress on your body, just being able to sit unnatural in a chair if you're working 9 hours a day. That's just, of course, men have to do that too, but when you add up all these other assaults, lipstick with lead, tampons with phthalates and bleaches, and just a variety of just different hair dyes, fingernails, implants, these are all toxicities. These are all layers of assaults, okay? So perfumes, okay, just a lot of things, dry cleaning, just a lot of areas that women get hit so hard that men, they just don't have those toxicities. Why? It's because they're not spraying hairspray in their hair every day. They're not doing their fingernails, coloring their hair, putting on diesel or makeup that sometimes is made from ground up animals. A lot of weird stuff. Okay, so that's stress. That was a video we just did. But I want you to see this and maybe watch it twice. George Carlin is a very genius comedian. He has so much to share with us, and this was back in the 70s. He's no longer here anymore. I study every week a new topic. Last week was GMOs. Week before was extremely low frequency fields. Week before was free energy, learning about gravitational plasma. And this week it was learning from comedians and different people that are using satire, music, in a lot of different areas to be able to tell a story that you can't tell in public because it's just too revealing. It's too real. You can't say it. It's just not allowed. So in these layers, if you haven't seen George Carlin's work, go ahead and look up his work. And I guarantee you will have some laughs. You may have a little profanity here and there, but remember, he's a 70s comic and a real comedian that actually makes all his own work. As he says, he's got a front row seat in this freak show, and all he does is tell people back a lot of the things that he sees. So he feels, as I do, very fortunate to be able to have a front row seat that most people can't see, and all we do is sometimes share what we see with the people that have further seats back in the auditory, okay, in the auditorium. So women, I found out, like I said, when we put women in different protocols, especially in the sauna, their skin pores are plugged because of all the chemicals from all the different lotions and makeups, hair dyes, just massively assaulted, okay? We're not even counting all the ones that men are too, like laundry detergent, shampoos. They also use perfume good smelling things. Okay, we call perfumes or colognes. But men don't wear as much as women do. Women really put together, remember, with all the different layers of looking either professional or just trying to attract a mate or whatever program that you have adhered to. If you live in the city, then you have to compete with everybody, so most of the time you're going to have to wear makeup and high heels and all the things that basically are going to cause an assault on your physical body, your mental body, and your emotional body. It's not really who you are, okay? It's not. You're a creative, loving, nurturing being. That's a woman. That's a matriarch. It is up to the women to be able to really change the family. So women, please, I plead you, is to clean up your own act by learning how to live a less toxic lifestyle, learning how to be able to bring into your family different types of nutritious, non-GMO, non-contaminated foods. Start a garden. Remember, you're the matriarch. The patriarch, of course, is the male. The female, as you could say, has love throughout its energy field, and the male, well, supposedly he has power, testosterone. And sometimes power doesn't give you the nurturing that you need. It's just basically trying to make sure that the family has what it needs to be able to live. But then it's up to you, the mother, the matriarch, to be able to choose the foods at the store, to be able to see if you want to grow different plants and just, you know, really upgrade, enhance, and optimize your family's life. Shower dechlorinator. Why? It's because that's a toxic poison. Remember, if you add all these poisons up, women or men, before they get out the door, just before they go to work, women have about 80 toxicities that they put on their bodies, or more. And men have maybe 15. So that's the difference. So when women are doing detoxification, it is much harder for them to do it. So you better clean up your acts, guys, now by learning how to navigate all these areas. No one says you can't stop using makeup, but don't use ones that have ground up animals in them and just aluminum and all different types of heavy metals to be able to give the colors. How do you think they get there? Remember, tattoos. That's an assault on the body, especially when you find out what you're putting not only on your body, but in your body. Okay? It's a sigil. You're giving your body that sigil, that energy. It is. And not only that, the toxicity that goes in the body. So, again, watch the video. And then I would suggest watch a lot of other ones he does also. Okay? Again, put all your beliefs to the side and just laugh a little bit. Doesn't matter. He's going to talk about religion. He's going to talk about politics. He's going to talk about the world of how he sees it. And just, you know, sit back without judgment and just sit back and hear from another person who's got a front row in the freak show to be able to see what he sees and how he circumnavigates these, what he calls, you know, the circus. So, and once you really start to see how the world works, it is a circus, because none of us need to suffer, none of us need to kill, none of us need to cause any miserable actions to any other being on this planet. There's just no reason to. And if we only do that and follow the rules, we just get more suffering. And following the rules means, let me send my children over to another country and kill them. Okay, they don't even know why, but they just follow the orders, follow the rules. Maybe some of the rules aren't to be followed anymore. Maybe we are supposed to be able to actually maybe not fight the rules, but make new ones up. Love, nourishing, care, will, progress, reconstruction, okay, integrity, nourishment to yourself, to the planet, and really be able to feel that what you're doing is the correct thing, then knowing right now, which a lot of people do, they know that what they're doing is not the correct thing. They're just confused on how to navigate it. Come to Earther Academy and learn the protocols. They're life-saving. They're life-changing. Okay? No one's ever telling you that you're treating a disease. I have nothing to do with that. Okay? Terrain modification is to be able to optimize, enhance, and upgrade layers of yourself, like the onion skin within yourself. And what you're doing is optimizing parts of yourself so the rest of your body can self-organize. Self-organize. So if it can self-organize, then you know, your body easily can fix itself. Remember, there are no real healers in this world. It's only the people that give the body what it needs and take away what it doesn't. So, again, women, it's up to you to be able to change your families. It's up to you to change your boyfriends. It's up to you to be able to sometimes even change the way people are acting at work. And if they're acting with attitude, it just means that they're toxic. Remember, gratitude is healthy, is because your body is vibrating at a certain field that really, really is ecstasy. It is. It's an ecstasy of feeling. I've had this feeling now for a few years, and I wish everybody had this feeling, because the best feeling in the world is have your own self produce the love chemicals within itself, so everything is beautiful. Everything. I used to fight the system before. I used to sort of be frustrated and aggravated. I'm just frustrated and aggravated now that we, the people of the planet here, the surface people, we need to be able to honor the earth. That's the biggest picture. As we honor the earth, we honor ourselves. As we honor ourselves, we honor the creatures that live on the earth. As we honor everything, we find out that that's right. We are a guest on this planet, and our true nature is to be able to authentically take care of things, nourish things, love things, create things. This is the power that we have as humans. We can change our ways. We can. We don't need to destruct anymore, and it is the metamorphosis that we've all been waiting for, that I call the earthling to earther metamorphosis, from caterpillar to butterfly. So learn, like I said, where your toxicities are coming in, and navigate them. Don't complain. No one's asking you to drink sodas anymore. No one's asking you to eat GMOs. No one's asking you to do a lot of things. It's up to you to be able to be in power of your own motion picture, which you are the star, director, and producer of your own film, starring you, and you, and you. So change yourself by changing your film. You're writing, directing, and producing your own film. As long as you have the awareness and the choices to be able to actually change your movie. If you don't have the choices or the awareness, then there's no way to change your movie. Okay, that's enough of these layers, but use your time wisely and try to study every week on a certain subject, and really learn it, and take notes. Remember, you don't need to go to school to learn. What you need to do is spend time, and pay attention. How much you have to pay? Just pay attention and spend, not money, spend time. As you spend time, well, then what do you think happens? Awareness is abound. Awareness. And I don't want you to really spend time reading novels. That's not what it's for. It's to be able to really, advance in your awareness of how to live as an earther from the earthlings that we've all been. It is time for us to be sustainable, and it's time for us just to sort of grow up, no matter if you're adult or not. The children that are younger than us, they want us to grow up more than they want to grow up. Okay? They're keeping their innocence by actually seeing the mess that we, as the generations above, have left them to be able to try to sort out. They do not want to go forward with the current politics, the current systems that basically cause us all to be enslaved. Whether you see it or not, doesn't matter. The whole system's slavery, and they know it. So once you change the way you see, feel, hear, and touch by increasing your morphogenic value, or your vibration, or your resonance, it's called, the game starts to reveal itself, and no one's really going to pull the wool over your eyes as easy as you did before. So again, take time to investigate. There's lots of documentaries out there, lots for you to be able to learn from. Lots. Spend time and watch a documentary a day. If you can, if it's good, watch it twice. Okay? So, and if it's good again, send it to your friend. Remember, it's not just your job to wake yourself up, but it's actually your job, when you start to wake yourself up a little bit, well, to help your friends that are sleeping, help them, nudge them a little bit. Like I said, I've been doing this for 35 years. It's a service that I feel so in love with, only because I love when people get activated and they take a part of my job, my passion, is because they start doing it too. They start waking people up. They start to ignite people to be able to want to be more human. And so that's the game at this time, to become an earther, learn again the protocols, and you will have what I call your sanity. Okay, there we go. Going into beautiful Hilo right now. Wow, what a beautiful day. 83 degrees. Whew. Okay, aloha.
First. I notice a lot of this comedy they have on television is about relationships. Do you ever see this stuff? Relationship comedy? Well, I don't know much about relationships, but over the years, I've noticed a few things about the two sexes, and I'd like to discuss them. Men and women. The big, hairy, noisy male creatures, and the smaller, smoother, but nonetheless also quite noisy female creatures. Here's all you need to know about men and women. Women are crazy, men are stupid. And the main reason women are crazy is that men are stupid. It's not the only reason, but it's a big one. And by the way, if you don't think men are stupid, check the newspaper. 99% of all the truly horrifying shit going on in this world was initiated, established, perpetrated, and enabled or continued by men. And that includes the wave and the high five, two of history's truly low points. But as I say, besides knowing that men are stupid, it's also important to remember that women are crazy. And if you don't think women are crazy, ask a man. That's the one thing men aren't stupid about. They know for sure, way down deep in their hearts, that women are straight-out fucking nuts. But it doesn't just happen. It isn't an accident. Women have good reason to be nuts. The main one being that in the course of life, compared with men, they have far more to put up with. They bear greater burdens. Think of it this way. In the big cosmic cafeteria, as human beings move down the chow line of life and reach that section where the shit is being spooned out, women are given several extra portions. And please understand, my motives here are not selfish or personal. I'm not saying all this stuff to get in good with women, although an occasional blowjob would be nice. But it's not a requirement. It's optional. BJO. Blowjob optional. No, I just think it should be evident to any person who's being honest and thinking clearly that women carry a lot more of life's baggage than men. To begin with, they're smaller and weaker, so they get slapped, punched, raped, abused, and in general get the shit beat out of them on a rather regular basis. By men, of course, who are stronger. If women were stronger, this wouldn't be happening. Men would not raise a hand if they thought the balance was more equal. They'd back down quickly. Then again, if women were stronger, they'd probably be beating the shit out of men just for the fun of it. It's only fair. Another major problem for women, they have to look good all the time. Or at least they think they do. So they'll be attractive to their male protectors. Gotta look good tonight. Joey's gonna beat the shit out of me. Maybe I can get a nice kick in the fucking mouth. Gotta look my best. And looking one's female best requires a lot of things. Start with cosmetics. Just think of all the products and procedures a woman is forced to deal with in the world of cosmetics. Cleansers, toners, foundation, blush, face powder, lipstick, lip gloss, lip liner, eyeliner, eyeshadow, eyebrow pencil, mascara, nail polish remover, manicures, pedicures, fake fingernails, fake eyelashes, face cream, neck cream, eye cream, thigh cream, foot cream, day cream, night cream, cold cream, wrinkle remover, makeup remover, hand lotions, body lotions, bath oils, bath beads, shower gels, bubble baths, scented baths, perfumes, colognes, toilet water, astringents, moisturizers, emulsions, exfoliants, peels, scrubs, depilatories, body wraps, facial masks, shampoos, conditioners, bleaches, dyes, rinses, tints, perms, straighteners, wigs, falls, rats, extensions, combs, barrettes, bobby pins, hair nets, hair curlers, scrunchies, ribbons, bows, tiebacks, headbands, streaking, frosting, teasing, spraying, moussing, blow-drying, cutting, layering, curling, eyelash curling, eyebrow plucking, armpit shaving, leg shaving, crotch waxing, leg waxing, eyebrow waxing, and a purse. A big fucking purse, so she can carry all this shit around with her, especially the makeup, which must be close at hand at all times. Gotta have my makeup, in case I run into Joey and he wants to beat the shit out of me. Gotta look my best. Maybe he'll punch me repeatedly in the kidneys and the stomach, so it doesn't mark up my face. He's so thoughtful. And my friend, I hope you're aware that when we talk about women looking good, we're also talking about clothing. Clothing is what generates all that shopping shit that occupies so much of a woman's time. Because the truth is, women have to buy, own, and wear an unbelievably bewildering number of garments. Slips, half-slips, camisoles, thongs, panties, pantyhose, stockings, half-hose, knee-highs, anklets, socks, leg warmers, garter belts, girdles, corsets, training bras, padded bras, sports bras, nursing bras, push-up bras, strapless bras, wonder bras, bustiers, teddies, petticoats, peignoirs, negligés, nightgowns, shorties, muumuus, body stockings, blouses, sweaters, jerseys, pullovers, halter tops, miniskirts, maxi skirts, slacks, suits, sunsuits, business suits, pantsuits, culottes, capris, shorts, short shorts, hot pants, formal gowns, bridal gowns, evening gowns, street dresses, sundresses, cocktail dresses, house coats, winter coats, fall coats, spring coats, hats and scarves, brooches, pins, necklaces, pendants, medallions, lockets, bracelets, ankle bracelets, earrings, wedding rings, engagement rings, friendship rings, thumb rings, toe rings, and optional, of course, nipple, nose, and labia rings. And let's not even begin to talk about shoes. Oh, God, sorry, girls. I take it back. But at least, let's keep it brief. Tennis shoes, sandals, open toes, slingbacks, mules, wedgies, flats, half heels, and high heels. High heels that damage a woman's feet, ankles, and knees, but make her ass look great, so how can you blame a guy for the occasional rape? Hey, the bitch was asking for it. She was wearing high heels. Now, generally, all this obsession with appearance has one purpose. It's supposed to lead to romance, and it is devoutly wished by some, a wedding. A wedding is another one of those good deals women get. The man takes a wife, the woman is given away, her family pays for the whole thing, and everyone stands around hoping she gets pregnant immediately. Pregnant! Hey! Another terrific treat for the gals. A chance to gain 40 pounds, puke in the morning, walk like a duck, get sore tits, and develop a nice case of hemorrhoids. What a deal! And such attractive clothing. Plus, she can't get up off the couch without help. Well, it's her own fault. This wouldn't have happened if she'd taken her birth control pill or used her diaphragm. Notice, her pill, her diaphragm. But think of how fulfilling it can be. After all, now she has a baby she gets to practically raise alone. And if she decides to be a stay-at-home mom, she gets to cook, clean, sew, scrub, scour, wax, wash, dry, iron, do the shopping, drive the van, and entertain the guests. She's a housewife, an unpaid in-family domestic servant. Admittedly, that description is a bit more in line with the old model. The new model is so much better. She gets a fucking job so she can be bringing something in. But somehow she still winds up being an unpaid in-family domestic servant after she gets home from the job. You know, the job, where she gets paid less than men for the same work, does not rise beyond a certain level in the company, and gets harassed all day long by some oversexed moron with a lump in his pants. Probably better just to stay home, where she doesn't have to be bothered with that pesky paycheck crap, and there's none of that nonsense about Social Security, pension plans, and unemployment money in case of divorce. Just alimony and child support, if the ex-husband can be located. The ex who probably thought she was looking a little used up and dumped her for someone whose milk glands hadn't sagged yet. Can't forget those milk glands, can we, girls? Tits, 2 tits, sticking straight out of your chest. In some cases, sticking straight out. Well, for a few years anyway. Yes, girls, just by virtue of being female, you get to walk around all your life with 2 vulnerable milk glands hanging out in front of you like lanterns. And if somehow you should get the idea that men don't approve of the size and shape of those milk glands, you'll find plenty of social pressure to have them artificially enhanced. Such enhancement usually will be performed and supervised by men. Here's another physical treat for females. Periods. Cramping, bloating, and bleeding 5 days a month. 15% of the time. And you can add the time spent with premenstrual syndrome, PMS. Men gave it that name. If women had named it, it would be called my several days of shrieking and crying and depression just before my several days of bleeding, cramping, and bloating. Men don't quite see it from that angle. Men experience PMS as a problem for them. What's the matter, Joey? You don't look so good. Ah, my wife's got the PMS. Here are some more special female advantages, in case you haven't had enough. Pap smears, mammograms, hysterectomies, mastectomies, miscarriages, abortions, labor pains, childbirth pain, episiotomies, stretch marks, and breastfeeding, and postpartum depression. Can't imagine why she wouldn't feel good. And just to top it all off, menopause. Menopause. More strange behavior and exciting physical sensations. And in exchange for all of this, in exchange for all this abuse from nature, what is the woman's payoff? Why, she's allowed to get into the lifeboat first. At least theoretically. How often do you think that really happens? Oh, and let's not forget, many men are quite willing to hold the door open for her. In fact, some men are quite impressed with their willingness to do this. They brag about it. Yeah, I beat the shit out of her a lot, but you know something, when she runs from one room to the other, I always hold the door open. I'll tell you what a bad deal women got. They're in the majority on this planet, and they still wound up with the shitty end of the stick. That's how big a hosing they got. Oh, and one other inequity I neglected to mention, very unequal, but this one works in women's favor. They live longer than men. And remember, this happens in spite of all the shit they have to put up with. So who do you think is tougher, men or women? Why don't you guess? And don't forget, women have the huge added burden of having to put up with men.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.